Good morning everybody, I hope that you're all well. I just wanted to share some more predictions with you. I've just been stretching and doing a little bit of yoga this morning and had a little bit of a strength workout, and I thought I would share some predictions that I've had coming through on the back of the predictions that I've earlier shared with you all. So last night, if you looked out, it was a beautiful moon, and just above the moon it looked a bit eclipse moon, and we had just one star above it, and I was just getting so many messages channeled through, so I'm going to share with them some of them with you. So what I've been told is in the coming months the North Star is going to be really important in Cyrus. There's a lot of speculation about the other realms and the interdimensional realms and when we'll see things and when it'll come through. So my prediction is for the UK, this will be September. And when I'm saying September, they're talking about full disclosure. So as a country, we've not really, I don't think our government have come on and said, actually, these are the things that we know about the interdimensional beings or different realms or anything like that. Not officially, to my knowledge yet. I don't obviously watch the news. I'm not a massive news person. Anybody that knows me knows, probably since pre-COVID, I stopped watching television. I think it just infiltrates our minds and sways us in a way of thinking. I do binge watch Netflix, by the way, so I know it's a bit of a contradiction. But I just think it feeds fear and negativity. So I do feel that in September we get that full disclosure, and I feel that comes in a different wave of ways. Actually, I feel like we'll have some illumination in the skies, as I've mentioned before. I do feel there's portals and things like the opening. I feel that in the 3D we will see the different things, if we're not already seeing them, in the spiritual realms. I feel like on a collective level we'll see those. And I was also just getting, I've been writing things out that I channeled through. There were also, when I said full disclosure in September, they also said to me, the priest. So I don't know what this means. I don't know whether this is full disclosure about a priest or a subject of religion, or whether we kind of get it from the church and they say, actually, we're going to disclose this. I do feel that they're consulting with the spiritual leaders on things that are going to be evolving and the ways that we tell people, because as I've previously mentioned, I feel it's a contradicting of the way we've been taught religions. I also feel that we are getting not more species of bats, but I almost want to say we'll see bats working in a different way. So I know they've got something called echolation, which basically means they put that sound frequency out, don't they? And they navigate the unseen in the skies to the bats. So there's something about that coming forward, and I don't know whether they are going to help us or whether we are going to study bats in more detail and be like, we're working more on a frequency and sound base, and so we've got this species that operates exactly the same. Obviously they don't see with the seeing eyes. When we are looking at working in the different dimensions, and when we do spiritual work or when we're looking at doing different things, we're essentially working with our other senses and our third eye. It's not naturally what we can see with the physical human eyes, is it? It's the third eye, and in the changing of our consciousness or altering of the consciousness and opening and expanding. So there's something that the bats tie in with this, and I almost saw the bats getting massive. So I don't know whether we will study the bats more, and I don't want to say experiment on them because that doesn't sound nice, but I don't know whether we will seek to make them bigger, or we can make certain animals bigger or breed differently. I don't know why something like that, but they were showing me in the sky last night, the bats became massive, like a massive species, but they were huge, flying through the sky, but they were navigating the skies. And it can be symbolic, as I'm not just a clairvoyant medium, I'm also a shamanic practitioner, something that's come through naturally, and then I've studied to be initiated into the practice as well for many years. So it could be symbolic, but I do feel that there's a double message about that. I feel like it's a physicality of an actual bat, and then it's a symbolic message as well. They also showed me a tornado in the sky as well, and I don't know if we're going to see more tornadoes. I know we have tornado season, I think it's in Florida and things like that, obviously I'm UK based, but I feel naturally we'll see that. But again, it's a very symbolic message, as in there's a lot of quick change coming, and I feel this comes in the next 4 months. So even after June, so July, August, September, October. September is going to be a really prevalent month where a lot of things are exposed and disclosed, my guides are saying as well. And I'm just asking what else they were showing me and asking them to bring me back to it. I almost feel as well, as this tornado comes and there's this storm, I don't know whether we are going to see, and I don't want to give negative messages, but it's just to navigate things through. It probably is somewhere there's conflict, but I feel like whatever started in May or whatever heightened in May, I feel like we might see a little threat of something. I don't see any nuclear weapons being going off or anything like that, because I obviously saw the astral realms intervening over these points, which I shared in my previous video to say I was given the set of coordinates and I was shown how they move things in the astral realm, and then it's been confirmed that they've hovered over bases, these unidentified objects, after the prediction I made. So I don't feel like it's going off on a massive scale, but I almost feel like somebody's like testing waters with something. So I do feel there might be a little explosion. I know we've got things going off, but this is like a little bit bigger than the explosions that are happening. I feel like it's a test. I don't actually know if it sounds crazy, but I don't actually know if they're meant to make it happen or for it to happen, whether it's just like testing the waters with something, and that's what I keep getting, testing the waters. So they could be testing for something and it accidentally goes off, but it makes me feel like they keep saying to me Hashimo, and I don't know whether it's got something of that feel of when we've had something before and it's a little bit like, where it leaves like nuclear particles in the air and it's like, oh, we can't go in the area because it resides. And like, as I'm saying, I'm coughing and I'm like, I don't know if it actually makes the air not breathable, and so it's not safe. So I'm not seeing like massive casualties or anything like that. I feel like it might be a substation or something. And again, I did get months and months ago an intervention of like how we're operating and using energy and the things that would come out with, and I did see like an energy plant like blowing up. So I think it's something of that feel, but they don't mean it to happen. But there will have to be like, whoever's living in the area, I feel like there'll have to be like a moving away from it, because it'll be in the air, so it's got a toxic feel to it. But what I wanted to say as well, I was asking for some guidance and some support really for people, because it must be like I've said before, if you're not in this world of understanding the different frequencies and the things and the different dimensions out there, it probably seems like really far-fetched, and like it's an integration process of people accepting it in their minds. And obviously we're still here as a human experience, so we've got to accept and integrate this in as much as we know when we see it. It's still about it becoming a little bit more normal of our reality, isn't it, and it feeling safe. So I asked what would be confirmation that, for people, if there's, I don't want to spread fear, I want people to think actually would be okay. And they almost said to me, when they showed me these bats in the sky, and like there's things that we're going to navigate, and we're going to look at this species in a way of like putting out that sonar frequency, they were showing me like there's more ecosystems to be found under the sea. But I actually feel like, and again, an early prediction I made, we'll find something tangible to say this actually evolved under the sea, like big chunks of a city. I don't know whether it is going to be Atlantis or where it is, but it's like there's concrete proof that it's there. I actually feel there's something of this feel where we'll see, when we're looking at interdimensional beings, I think some will operate under the water and it'll be like that feel. And it's almost like, it's not the leader of the skies, they are the leader of the skies, but they're the leader of like the underwater. It sounds really crazy, but that's what I'm seeing. But we are going to find different ecosystems. We are going to see that there's different realms operating under the water, and I think that there's intervention in the best possible ways to bring balance back to the earth, as I constantly keep harking on about the message. But I was also given confirmation that one of the things that we'll see is that angelic realms are going to intervene. They are intervening massively this time, so just know that they're trying to hold you and support you, and they're trying to keep the earth as safe as they can, but they are going to intervene a lot more from September onwards, like massively, where not only will we see the interdimensional beings, I feel like this is why the church might get involved. There's going to be proof of like the angelic realm and existence as well.